Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day, and may peace be upon you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining Michelle and I today, where we are going to be sharing with you 3 tangible results from a book that you can use to win clients. And you definitely don't want to miss out on this, because the more clients that you have, the more money that you'll be making, the more income you're going to be making, and the more that you get to have your dreams and the freedom. So I'm just going to say hello to everybody. If you're catching us live, say hello below, or say hi to us if you catch us on a replay. Just say wave to us and say hi. We would really would love to see you from there. So 3 tangible results, Michelle. Today, I'm just going to welcome Michelle, who is a multiple #1 international best-selling author. I think she's on #4 now, if I'm not mistaken, #4 or #5. She's also a TEDx speaker, and she's been featured on Yahoo, Fox, NBC, CBS, and hundreds of other media and magazines. She's one of my highly skilled team members that I have. That she started off as my client, as my book client that we got connected in, I think 2019, if I remember correctly. And then she's like, as we go along, we did a few more projects together, and I'm like, Michelle, you're doing amazing. I want you to be in my team. We want to work together. So Michelle, come and say hello.
Everyone, welcome to this wonderful, fabulous training on why book matters and all things related to books. I am so blessed and grateful to be here today, especially being on Izdahar's team and seeing my confidence and my business flourish under her guidance. And so if you're skeptical, don't be. She's the real deal. So that's what I got to say. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Michelle. If we haven't been properly introduced before, my name is Dr. Istihar Jamil. I'm a media and publicity expert. I'm a 14 times #1 international best-selling author. I've been featured on Forbes, TED, TV, magazines, and hundreds of media. And I believe that no person should ever have to be afraid of who you are, and your unique voices should be heard on prestigious platforms around the world without prejudice. So Michelle, let's get started on sharing the 3 tangible results from a book that you can use to win clients, to increase your income, to grow, to get media opportunities, because this is something that Michelle and I have done ourselves and have helped others to do it for them as well, and with them as well. And from there, so many opportunities, not just opportunities, engagements, speaking engagements, income, the increase of income has been, opened up for us. If you are thinking to write a book or be a best-selling author, or if you are already a best-selling author, why not take another notch and add another title to your credibility and authority? Before that, Michelle, kind of give everybody a quick minute or two origin story or background about you, what you do, and who do you serve, and what makes your passion and this work so important to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would like to just say that, it is such an honor to have 4 of these international best-selling books be under my name during this thing called the pandemic. It was a world where I did not know creativity existed up until I was told when I was 15 years old that, hey, Michelle, you have to present tomorrow in front of 150 people at your own Sweet 16 birthday party. My birthday was a little bit later than the party, but I was told to do this and I didn't want to do it. I did not know that this experience of me holding the mic in front of 150 people would be a game changer. Mm-hmm. Because at the day of when the DJ announced, okay, Michelle, it's your turn, my tummy is in knots. My heart is sinking. I don't know what I'm doing. But because the DJ announced my name, I thought, why not? I held the mic. I'm in front of friends and family. The judgment radar is off the charts because they're judging me. They're embracing me and they're loving me at the same time. And that changed my life because the confidence that I portrayed holding the mic, I conquered public speaking that evening, where people then told me, Michelle, can you be the MC for our event? Can you showcase this? Can you hold the mic? Can you introduce people? We need everybody's attention. We need you. It was a seed that was planted. And in 2019, I'm speaking at a conference and I shared my why. And the audience said, you belong on the TEDx platform. I thought, oh yeah, in 2030, because when I become like a Bill Gates or an Oprah or a Brene Brown or a Simon Sinek, not during this pandemic. And sure enough, I shared my message, getting rid of the evil thoughts with the organizers. And in one phone call, I got the congratulations email. Here we are today as a TEDx speaker. Here we are today as an expert in the field of sharing the message, of being confident in what you believe in and not letting anything hold you back. Because the judgment radar is always going to be there. The biases, the unbiases, the non-judgments are all going to be part of your life. Don't hold back as you share your message. Don't hold back as you are on a path to make a difference. So that's something a little bit about me, and I have flourished in the last 2 years. Pandemic has been a massive blessing for me and for Izdahar as well. And we are so grateful to let you know that there's hope on the other side. So this is how we're going to build an impact, and this is how we're going to build authority, and this is how we're going to build visibility.
Yes, and also making the money and winning the clients, because what Michelle and I were going to be teaching is more than just hooray, best-selling authors. We're going to teach you how you can capitalize and leverage that, just like how I taught myself and how I taught my other clients. So how can you leverage that so that you can be on multi-platform, so that your voices can have the courage and be heard more in front of many different people, and that increases your chances of getting the best clients from there. And I just wanted to share, like, writing a book is, I feel, is kind of a fundamental thing, Michelle. In order for you to, whether be in front of stage or Forbes or be featured on places, because one of the things that my dream is to be in a book project with Oprah, Jack Canfield, with Deepak Chopra, and all the heroes and legends of the world. But I'm like, who am I? Who am I to even like dream that, right? Who am I to even dream that? But then there was a moment when I'm like, you know what? Screw all that. I'm just going to take an action because that's my dream. I'm not going to give it up. So I took an action. And then from that action, resulting with the publisher, Oprah's publisher, reaching out to me. And she was like, I don't know where you come from, but you need to give me a call. And she gave me her private number. I'm like, okay. And by then, I've already been doing all the work, right? Whether it's the challenges that I've gone through, the visibility, TV, magazine, books, I've already done the work for that. So all that what we're going to be talking about in a moment, it all coming together, because when Oprah's publisher tells you need to call them, you call them. You're like, you call them. So I had a conversation with her and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you've done all this. She's actually researched me, Google me, checked me out and everything, because that's what they do. They need to check legitimacy of who you are, and you're not just someone who just says things. And then she's like, I want you to be in this book project, and that's Oprah's going to be in it. Are you interested? And I'm like, oh my God, like, oh my God, of course, like in my heart, of course. But then I got to play it cool. Yeah, just send me the contract and I shall review it. But in my house, like, oh my God, jumping for joy for that. And the moment that I said yes, it's not a 30-day, it's not a 60-day, it's within days that they want to have my chapter. And if I haven't done my fundamentals of writing other books, magazines, feature contributions, I wouldn't be able to give it within that short period of time. And even more so, I just had a baby then. Sometimes you just don't know, right, Michelle? Like you're doing all these things, these fundamentals over and over, nailing down your story, making it clean, making it sharp, making it powerful and impactful. Sometimes you don't know what is going to prepare you, but you just jump from one lily pad to the other, to the other, to the other. And then there was a moment where it's like, Oprah, like literally, this is the book. Heroes, Leaders, and Legends is available on Amazon. Oprah is in here, Jack Canfield is in here, Deepak Chopra is here, and myself is in here, Istihar Jamil on one of the spots here. And it's literally, when you on a big game, they don't give you a long period. They expect you to deliver. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. You practice from now. Michelle and I, we both wrote multiple books, right, Michelle? We both wrote multiple books. That's why if you tell us, Michelle, now for the last one, you took you like a couple of hours, right, to write your chapter? Because you've practiced so much.
An hour and a half.
You know? An hour and a half. I remember the first one, Yes, I Can. That was her first book ever, Yes, I Can, the one with the white cover. It took you about a day or something, right, for you to write it together. And she was doing multiple courses. She was doing so many things then.
28 days to write 3,000 words, and I was busy for 14 of them. So things move fast around here if you want to, if the right opportunity comes your way. So it's really, we are the opportunity knocking on your door. Your choice is to open it or leave it shut.
Yeah, absolutely. And Michelle's not going to scare you. I don't expect you to write it in 28 days. I'm a little bit more generous now because it's going to the summer. So you would have time in a book project that we're going to be sharing with you in a moment, where I have coupled together publicity, media, speaking, TV. You have a bit more time. You have till end of June, 30th of June. So you have more time. And then when you say yes and click on that red button to say yes and commit to it, you're going to have a call straight away with Michelle. So Michelle's going to help nail things down for you. So yeah, I mean, like with Michelle that time, with 30 days, like this is what's going to happen. But I'm a bit more generous.
Because we complained. She's a little bit more generous because I complained.
So I'm like, okay, let me take care of, give you a little bit of time to kind of get in the zone and be prepared for it. So Michelle, let's kind of like cover the first part. So we've shared quite a lot in terms of Michelle nailing her public speaking at the age of 16, and then going on to be a TED speaker, and then myself into getting a book project with Oprah. Let me tell you this. If I do not have the credibility credentials of being a best-selling author multiple times over, the likelihood of me getting accepted on a book project, high book project profile with Oprah, are probably slim, because they don't know my credibility, they don't know I can produce. But because I've got multiple, they know I can produce. They know I can write. Jack Canfield says in his book, The Success Principle, he does not work with newbie authors. He only works with established authors because the learning curve is so high. So Michelle and I are creating this platform and opportunity so that you can start planting the seed and master the skill set. So the first thing that we want to touch in terms of tangible results that you can expect that you on what's possible for you is visibility. So I'll show you straight away what visibility means so that it is tangible for you. So here we are. If you search for my name, you can go ahead and search for your name as well. So if you search for my name, the first thing that comes up is my website, LinkedIn, and then guess what is the third one? Amazon. Why? Because I'm a best-selling author on Amazon. I've got books, and I have created, if you click on that, I've created my own Amazon authors page. So it just shows, the amount of books that I have in here, right? So the amount of book that, oh, there we go. I have my book there and the Spotlight magazine. So it just shows the woman who leader there, the one that just got in. This is the book that Michelle and I first collaborated together. Yes, I Can, the white cover. So it just shows quite a few things about me. And this is one of the things that attracted me to Oprah's publisher, because you know what? She can deliver. This girl can deliver, especially in a short timeline. And then there's also, about me here, and I have obviously a call to action here. Now, it's high ranking. This is what visibility is going to look like. It's going to push things up for you. Another visibility in Forbes that I talked about, building brand authority. And one of the key features that I said on building brand authority is writing a book and being a best-selling author. So Forbes has endorsed it and solidified like my vision of being an authority of winning clients. One of them is books and media and speaking and TV and so on and so forth. So many different things. If you see from there, I've been, let me just go back just a second. I've been featured on TED. Part of my story on my TED Talk is from my book. So I've already prepared for that version. And when you want to be a TED speaker, you have to prepare your speech and write it down word for word. So it's not just you winging it. There's no winging it. So again, the practice of writing a book. On TV, on podcasts, I've been, this is my own podcast, yes, I can, but I have been invited to media, magazines, publication. I have been invited to other people's podcasts and getting clients from there from a book. So Michelle, let's kind of like tap into your visibility as well on something that happened just yesterday when you have your book, using your book as a way of gaining visibility and authority.
Yeah, definitely. The trust factor has been immense. Sarah Ruda and I are in a collaborative book project. Both of us are looking for 5 amazing women to collaborate with. And I had created a post on Facebook and 70 people responded to it. 70. And I had no idea who these people were or where they came from. And I said, Izzy, how am I going to reach out to these 70 people? I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the strategy. She said, create a calendar link. I created a calendar link. I posted it to all of these 70 people. Eventually, the first girl that booked a call with me, I sent her an invoice and she just paid me $2,000. Why? Because the trust factor was already there. Mm-hmm. Why? Because she's seen me show up over and over and over again. And I'm not doing the mediocre things. I'm not doing the things, oh, here's me at the park. Oh, here's me on a roller coaster. It's me taking action. It's me showing up in a world where no one talks about. I just realized, I came to terms about it about a week ago, that I am a self-made woman. I've had financial support from my parents, but I've not had mental support. I have not had emotional support. I've had no physical support. Everything has been with me. And coming to terms with that and owning that has allowed me to step up my game. Not only did that first person that booked a call with me, she also invested $2,000 in the project and is uber, I mean, beyond excited working with this because she trusts me because I've done this multiple times. And I've done this in a very short period of time. It wasn't like in the last 10 years. It's been in the last 2 years, right? Where 5 books have come out, 4 of them international bestselling author, 1 has not been finished yet. And I'm in my solo book project. I'm also doing my own book for the first time. So all of these things come because the writing has been there, right? The practice of sharing your story, being creative has been there. So the world is your oyster. You get to create it.
That is very impactful, kind of like what you're saying in terms of the visibility, the credibility that's already there. Because to do one is amazing in itself, is amazing. That lady that said yes to you, Michelle, I mean, obviously so many people said yes, but that was the first lady that committed and, basically committed to it, right? And made the investment, just like a mini Michelle. Because I remember when the first time, like, we had the call, like, best-selling author, a book, 90 days, that's my dream. And Michelle was like, since then, we've been really good friends. We are actually, neighbors as well. So we've been, what a blessing it is, right, Michelle, to open up that collaboration and friendship as well as we go along. I've been over to Michelle's house. I've met her parents. She doesn't have cats, but I've met her parents. I've met her grandma. I've met her grandma's little, what do you call it? Krishna? The baby, like I met that. Michelle's been over to my home as well. That's kind of like the environment that we create. And when you join in, it's like a family. And also that, oh my God, like really, because Michelle, she worked with teenagers before and she charged obviously less, but when working with teenagers, because, you know, she is teenagers and then you work with the parents. But this is like a massive step up for her. So well done, Michelle. And this is something that is possible for you as well. It's possible for you as well. Like she's done over and over again, so that gives her the edge, right, Michelle? It gives you
it gives me the edge, and it gives me like the most, like, you know, now it doesn't even matter if my parents support me mentally, right? Because I know what I stand for, and coming to terms with that confidence, right? And that's the first step. Many of us as women are so trapped up and so caught up in what would the world think, what would my husband think, what would my kids think, but no one's asking you what you want. And when I told my parents that I'm doing this book project, I was so shy to tell them because of the concept that they did not understand. But at the end of the day, I had to do it for myself. And I'm so blessed I did it and added that title underneath my name, international bestselling author. Because then anytime I walk into the room, it's like, oh, Michelle, can I get your autograph? Oh, Michelle, can I get your autograph? And now I've done 5 of these already.
That is incredible. And it makes you stand out. When you have a book with your name on the front cover, Michelle has hers on the front cover. And there's something that I do as well. Yes, it's a what we're going to be sharing with you is a multi-author project, but you're going to have your exactly like this, your name on the front cover, your chapter reformatted to number 1, because it's branding and strategy. It's what's going to make you stand out. How many of you wants to stand out? Absolutely, right? And one of the key is having your name on the front cover. Now, this is kind of tied in with authority factor. When you say you're a best-selling author and you claim to be an authority, instantly, you know, your name on the front cover, instant an authority. But when you say you're a best-selling author, but you haven't got your name on the front cover, or your chapter is like chapter number 27 or something, it completely demolishes your credibility and trust that you have with your audience, because they're going to be searching for you. Oh, she said that she's an author with this book. Why can't I find her name on it? And then when they browse through, where is her chapter? Where is her chapter? Like yours is like number 27, like towards the end, like nobody flicked on that chapter anymore. So that's why the way that we do it is that we repurpose it, or reformat it, so that each one of the authors have your name on the front cover and your chapter reformatted to number 1. Because again, it's the branding, the strategy, the authority, name on the front cover, chapter number 1. That sometimes that's all it takes, right, Michelle, to kind of like complete the circle of trust. Oh yeah, yes, okay, that's it. And it's really simple. You just have to write one chapter, about 3,000 words. All you have to do is lead them from point A to point B. Point A to point B. All you want to showcase is that you've been here and this is what you did. This is where you are. To show them you a step in front of them, or 1 or 2 steps in front of them. That's all. Because a lot of the times, Michelle, I hear people say, oh, I don't think I've done enough. Like, I don't think I've done enough. I'm not yet a millionaire. I'm not yet a 6-figure. I'm not yet this, not yet that. But sometimes you forgot, sometimes the simplest things aren't even getting your first client after months and years. That's just an incredible feeling. Just getting that first client and money coming in, because you invest, you know, what you're learning and everything, but the moment money coming in, even that specific result is going to be helpful to others, or to show up, or losing weight, or ditching a bad relationship, whatever that is. So all you have to do to be an authority is make sure you have your name on the front cover, which Michelle and I will take care of you. Your chapter to number 1, which we will take care of you again. and point A to point B, which Michelle is going to be helping you when you click on that red button on the page I'm going to be showing you in a moment. Click on that red button, join in the group, make the investment, make the payment. The first thing's going to happen, you're going to have a call with Michelle so that Michelle can help hash down the best story that can help you win clients and make money. So Michelle, let's talk about being an authority from your point of view, because you have been on other projects as well. So majority of the time she's been on mine, but she's been with other people as well. So let's talk about difference in terms of the authority that they can experience with others or when they come to our camp from our tribe.
Well, the first thing is that when you are a book project with Izzy, she positions you in such a way because of her deep connections with high media outlets. It's a guaranteed in for you. You don't have to go out and do the pitching. You don't have to go out and figure out which platform is right because she has made friends. She's a nurturer. She believes in community. She has made friends with high media profiles. I remember when I had done Yes, I Can and an opportunity for a TV segment came, my book was already ready to go. I put a cover of my book, Yes, I Can, to show as an expert. Because when you're on TV, they give you a line. That line needs to show expert at the end.
Mm-hmm.
How do you become expert is when you write a book, because authors are experts in their field. Authors are able to showcase a message. And no one cares whether you wrote one chapter or you wrote 15 chapters. All they care about is your name on the front cover. Because when you have a picture of the book and your name's on there, it just shows that you are the real deal. They don't have time to sift through the content. You are already chosen. And that's the thing that has worked with Izdihar's team, is that I've been featured on many outlets. I've been featured on many press releases. I've been featured with Yahoo Finance, all because these opportunities came to me because of the credibility that I've built already. Right now, to be on a TEDx platform, you need 6 months of preparation outside of the application process. I had 2 weeks of preparation, 1 phone call, got a guaranteed congratulations email. Why? Because I've been doing the work, right? And it's an unheard story. I remember when Izdihar was doing her TEDx journey, it was 9 applications.
10, but 9 said no.
10. And massive amount of application process, essay writing, 2-minute video, right? And I had 1 phone call, 1 Zoom phone call, and it was done. So how big is your dream depends upon how much you want to write. What type of story do you want to share? Every one of us has a story. It's about taking it out.
Absolutely. And, coughing it out, like one of my clients, Jan, who's going to come out pretty soon. With the moment she said yes and made the commitment, pressed the red button, within the next day or a couple of days, she's like, I've already written my story. It's already within me. I feel that in each and every one of you, there is a story that's already building that. So let us help you to take it out. If you've already written a book, there's another story that's been waiting to share. So let us take it out again, because Michelle and I, even Jessica and Monica, we don't stop at 1. We keep on going. We keep on going over and over and over again, because that's what mastery is about. And because of that, I've built connections, really strong, powerful media publicity connections. And that's what I bring into this project. So this coming book project is called The Game Changer. So it's not just, it's a book plus publicity, plus media, plus TV, plus speaking. Most of the times, like, the authors would have to do it themselves. But because I've done this so many times and I see this is like the yearning, the burning desire that people have. Hey, I want to be on stage speaking, or I want to be a speaker. I want to get into TV. I want to get into magazine or podcast. I'm like, okay, I'll take care of it. All you have to do is share your content, show up in the best way that you can, share your story the best way that you can, and then I've got everything else covered for you so that you can stand out. The reason you can stand up because you don't have to worry about so many things. How do I do this? How to do that? Who am I going to contact? I'm going to pitch. Nope. We take care of it for you. And that's one of like the best feeling, isn't it, Michelle? Knowing that you're being taken care of.
Yes. And
Like,
it reduces the pressure and reduces the like, oh, is my message strong enough? Is my message bold enough? Is my message proper enough? Is my message worthy enough? It reduces all of that because you have a direct in. It's like you don't need to go knocking on, you don't need to like ask permission to walk into your own house. It's already done for you. You have the key to walk right in it. But if you're walking into the horse house, you may have to call her, see if she's home, and then she might let you in, depending upon the trust factor. That's the difference. So the key is to your own house, and that's what we've created.
Absolutely. We've already built the trust and the credibility with our own brand individually, and then pulling it together with other people's resources. And that is one of the impact that you can see on making money and winning clients, because clients wants to work with the best. Clients wants to work with people who have results. If you look at Jack Canfield, he has multiple books, The Success Principle, Chicken Soup of the Soul. It made his consulting business explode. He got into media, he got into clients, he got into speaking, he became, so many multiple avenues just from that alone. And even today, I think, when did he write The Success Principle? Maybe 20 years ago or something. But even today, his wisdom, his legacy still lives on today. Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Venus. No, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Again, one of the best New York Times bestselling author or well-known author, grew his practices from the book. So what we're saying is that model after them. We're creating a platform so that you can model after them. Even in our own clients and circle as well. My client Jessica made 20K, more than 20K, multiple times by leveraging her credibility as an author. And that's what I'm going to be teaching in the masterclass when you join the project. Sarah, who we met last few weeks, booked a speaking engagement in New York. She lives in Kansas, and she's also booked in Croatia, and she's, more are coming up her way. One of her dreams that she told me is to be on stage speaking. That's one of her dreams. Like me, I'm scared of public speaking. I still do. I have to do a lot of training to get over it. But when you're in the spotlight, something magical happens, especially when you've done the preparation and you've done your rehearsal and you do the work. Something magical happens something magical happened to me on my TED Talk on stage. You should see me before. I'm like a mess, I couldn't breathe and I'm scared. I'm walking, stretching, meditating in the green room. But because I've done the preparation for it, it happens. And Sarah is living her dream from her book, from her media, from the publicity that we did together. It's kind of like a lily pad, right, Michelle? That you jump in from one
thing
place to another.
And even like I had given up on the teenage dream, but if you look at my website, it's still related to the teenagers because that is something that I'm still passionate about.
Yeah.
And through this book project and through the different avenues of my credibility, I've had the opportunity to team up with Angelina Jolie's brother, James Haven, and work with a nonprofit at a global level to inspire women and children dealing with mental health. And I've been asked to be a speaker at a local high school, talking about how to inspire kids to not think about anxiety, depression, or suicide, because those are on the rise right now. But had these opportunities, had these lily pads not have worked, I would have never been asked to be invited. Angelina Jolie's brother has a million things to do. He's very busy. He wants to team up with a small town girl like me and take this message to the masses. Same thing with the nonprofit that we've teamed up with. So opportunities are endless. You never know what other opportunity is going to come knocking on your door. The first step is to take the leap. Change your title, upgrade yourself, give your promotion. Get yourself a promotion without any backing. It's like nobody can depromote your name, right? Once you're Izdihar Jamal, you're forever Izdihar Jamal. Once you're an international bestselling author, you're forever an author. No one can take that away from you.
Absolutely. Let's back up a minute, Michelle. Like you teaming up with James Heaven, right? Which is Angelina Jolie's brother, for those of you who don't know. He is not an actor, not in the celebrity world, but he is the big person in his world, in the nonprofit, in mental health, in raising awareness. He's a champion in that. And kind of like you mentioned something about he wants to team up with a local girl, like, you know, a local girl who's like a local girl, but doing incredible things, which makes Michelle extraordinary. This is what I see coming up now, Michelle, more and more and more so. They call it the macro influencer, right? People who are trailblazers and influencers, people who are underdog, people who are like people wouldn't expect to be doing this kind of things, but they are, whether on TV, magazine, books, or wherever people don't expect. Like you said, small town girl, like yourself, like myself, to kind of do all these things. And then they're just like mind blown. Oh my God, this is what I want, because this is what community is missing, this link. Because when you're so big, whether you're Beyonce or Oprah, they're just so big, right? But when you're a local girl, people can connect with you and relate with you, especially when you share your story the way that Michelle and I have designed it, that Michelle's going to be helping you when you click on that red button. It's going to become connected. It's going to create that trust factor. It's going to create that, you know, there's going to be a little bit of drama, because, you know, there's going to be like a bit of drama, there's suspense. And then there is the result that they can get. And if you see my writing formula, I'm very sharp and intentional and strategic on how you write. The first and the end is always going to be a particular way. In the middle, you can write, you know, almost like to your creativity. But at the end, what I want is I want people to experience you, a mini session, a mini coaching with you. And that's what I want. So that's a way to do it. So well done, Michelle. Congratulations on having James Heaven and being a speaker or like a trainer at the local high school. Again, look, the community is looking for people like you, but they need someone who stands out. Because otherwise, how are they going to choose? Right? They need someone who stands out. Best-selling author, you've been on TV, you've been on magazines. Another like tangible result is that my daughter Nadra wrote a book, The Girl Who Loves Ponies, because she wants a pony. That's a dream, the biggest dream ever that she has. That she loves a pony, and it cost money, thousands of dollars to have a pony. And obviously I can't fit it in my backyard. In California, there's only so much space that I have. So we have to rent a barn, we have to get a pony, take care of it. So I thought, okay, sweetheart, you want to have a pony? No problem. You got to figure out how you're going to make money. So she went away and she thought about how she's going to make money. But because she's seen me trailblazing the path for her, she's like, I want to write a book and sell the book and make money. And that's exactly what she did. Princess Munchkin at 6 years old couldn't even properly read or write at 6 years old, right? She has ideas, she can talk, but grammar structure-wise is different. But Princess Munchkin doesn't care. All she cares about is writing her story and sharing her story about the girl who loves ponies. And then she's like, the rest, I'm not going to think about it. Mommy's going to take care of it. That she has that, you know, trust factor. All she focuses on is her story and making money and buying her pony from that story, from that book. From there, she got a book out, best-selling author, #1 international best-selling author. She then got interviewed at Fox 11 LA, our local TV show, because it's just, you can't resist, right, Michelle? A 6-year-old girl, so cute, write a book to make money for a pony. It's just so cute. So she got into TV, and then she went on teaching women to write books. One of these days, we probably should get Princess Munchkin, right, Michelle? And like let her like kind of like, this is how we do it. Don't think about anyone else. So it gets one place to the other, to the other, to the other for you. And that's what we want to have you see, the impact. Michelle made money, had the opportunity to increase her income, is working now with a nonprofit. She is also speaking at high schools now. Engagements, Sarah, speaking engagements or multiple speaking engagements. I got myself clients from books. For example, with Jan, who is, Michelle, can you just quickly check on Jan, because she's supposed to come here on Zoom. If you give her the Zoom, or she might be in the group. Jan, when Jan is friends with Monica, who's in Women Who Lead Volume 1, the one that Michelle just held, the one on the black cover. So when Monica became a best-selling author, Jan got excited and she asked, "Oh, how did that happen?" So, Monica shared. So Jan came into my world, and when Women Who Lead 1 was released, she bought several copies and shared it with many other people. Because she was like, "Oh my God, she loves it. She's excited about it. I've already built that connection between me and Jen." A book is an easy investment to your brand. A book is an easy investment to your brand. So sometimes people may not be ready yet to invest high ticket with you, but a book, $10, $15, easy. Now with Audible as well, this make it so simple. And then when I did a call out to Women Who Lead Volume 2, guess who said yes? Jen said yes, and she recently became a #1 international best-selling author with Women Who Lead Volume 2. Really exciting. And now Jen and Monica are leveraging their credibility and working together as a team to get clients into that project. And how exciting is that? And the same with Michelle. Michelle is also collaborating and co-leading with Sarah to lead a project as well and help the women to share their voices and make the money. So, so that is one of the biggest impacts. Michelle, did you hear anything back from Jen? Okay, is she going to be jumping in?
Yes, I'm just sending her the link right now. She's like,
okay.
I need a link. So I'm like sending her the meeting ID and passcode, but she wants the actual link.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to be waiting for Jen to share what her experience on working with the book project. Now, Michelle, you've worked with other people's book project before, right? So I want to kind of like share a couple of things that sets us apart from their book projects and ours, that the way, whether it's the system, whether it's the publicity, whether it's the way, the experience of it, or the connection, the safety, the intimacy. Can you share like a couple of ideas that how we apart from it?
Well, first of all, the editing and the proofreading is above and beyond. It is a very professional way of writing. Izdihar has a whole team of top publishers and editors that she's worked with. She's mastered the process in terms of the formatting. Number 2, I've done collaborative books where my name was spelled incorrectly in the chapter. And there were so many typos because when you are so attached to your book project, you miss out on how it's done. Because when you look over the same thing over and over again, you forget and you go into a zone of blank and you don't realize what's happening. Third, when I did a book, the difference between this and the other books is that there is so much more power when you work with women. I have teamed up with more women with Izdihar than I have with other with other ladies and the other book project. I don't know who they are. I've never met them. But with Izdihar, she makes it very close collaborative and the connections are real. So that's the difference. If you're looking for community, join Izdihar's book.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And let's just say hello to Jen. Jen always has that Sophia Loren vibe, doesn't she? Like you always have that Sophia Loren vibe, very classic look, very beautiful, very strong, formidable, yet graceful appearance with Jen. So Jen, thank you so much for jumping in.
Thank you so very much. Wow. I wish I'd called in sooner to hear that. That was so beautiful. Thank you. And coming from you two extraordinary women, that really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for this opportunity. You guys are the best of the best. It has been a joy working with you. I just, whenever I see a message from Izzy, I'm like, what's she doing? I want to go too. So it's been extraordinary.
Thank you so much, Jen. So Jen, I know you have to go in a 10 minutes or so, but I really wanted people to hear your story because when you say yes and you click on that red button and then I think it was 24 hours or 2 days after you emailed me back saying, I've already written the story. It's already done. Like you had so much out. It's like you like literally vomited like your lifetime story into that paper to the point you're like, now I'm just gonna have to trim it up because to make it more concise. So let's talk about your experience then, Jan, and kind
Absolutely.
of like the starting of it.
It has been one of the most transformational processes I have ever gone through in my life. And I had seen a friend that had suddenly had stars by her name. And then I saw a #1 international best-selling author. And I'm like, what on earth is Monica doing? and how do I do it? So I think initially I saw Izzy's name in conjunction with hers, and I reached out and I spoke to one of her team members, and they said, would you like to be an author? And I was like, yes. And they said, here's what you need to do. I was like, I'm in. So I couldn't wait. It didn't matter if there were costs involved or time that needed to be spent. I felt that there was a story that needed to be told. And I think one of the things we have in common, those of us that have been in the books, is that as leaders, I think sometimes people think the journey is an easy one. And I think you'll find when you read about us that to Michelle's point earlier, we're usually very self-made women. We've had to find our own way. We certainly have been challenged, and there have been many times along the way that we could have given up and no one would have been surprised by it.
Yes.
But we have persevered and we've gotten through. And I think doing this book also just confirmed that the path that I've been on was the right one. It was a heroine's journey. And if you ever watch a movie, you wouldn't want to just go and see someone have everything work out perfectly and never have a challenge, and it would put you to sleep. So our stories will not put you to sleep, basically.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And it's like shows like the scars that you have, right? You know, when people have scars, somehow it makes them look more attractive. You know, you're more intrigued with that person because of the scars, the things that they have gone through. It's beyond the pretty boy, right? The pretty boy, people just like, oh, okay, the pretty boy. But when you have scars, when you have this, when you have tattoos or whatever, suddenly you're like, oh my God, like suddenly that person is attractive all of a sudden. And that's what Jan is saying. Like in the story, you would see our scars. You would see the things that we've gone through. You would see like, hang on a minute, she's just like me. She's just like me, like Michelle was talking about the small town girl. She's just like me. Jen's story of going through different challenges in her career, in her personal life as well. But you got in, like, you went through like over and over and over again, standing up today, which is a show of, I feel that's what people are attracted to, Jen, the courage, the vulnerability, the truthfulness, the persistence that you have in going forward. Messed up, yeah, we all kind of like had our failures, had our moments, but we got back up again, and that's what Leader Stan in making us stand out. Like Jan said, like, you can easily just like not go through it, and everybody would understand. Everybody would understand. But there's something in Jan's story and Michelle's story that, nope, not gonna give up. Failure is not an option. Or I'm more than this. I'm bigger than this. Who I am is extraordinary. And that's who I'm going to be tapping into.
The other thing I really wanted to do was to leave this as a legacy for my granddaughter. She is your daughter's age, Izzy, and delightful, just
Yes.
I've got to get her to write a book next. That's certainly she would love
no, not with my daughter. I'm sure we'll come up with something.
We could co-author. I love
That's right. That'd be cool. That'd be so fantastic together.
But to leave it as a legacy, just to show her that life might not always be easy, and it may not always be a primrose path, but you can rise above it and you can create your own, and it can be lovelier, better, more sparkly. I always think of kintsugi, which is where something breaks, it's then put back together with gold. And I like to think of all of us as even more beautiful, even stronger, even more resilient than before that might have taken place. So I have loved this process. I have loved working with you guys. Whatever you want me to do, I'm in.
Oh, wonderful. That's so exciting. And Jen, I wanted to kind of like help shine the light on the process, because one of the things that scares people is the process. It's hard work. I'm going to have to write this chapter. It's 3,000 words. Yeah, but it's hard work. And this, what was the process like for you? Yes, regardless, you still have to write your chapter, or you can ask someone else to write your chapter, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do a book project or get into TV magazines, which Jen is going to share in a moment after this. So what was the process like for you? Was it pretty clear, pretty straightforward? Were you stressed out at any point? What was it like?
It was remarkably easy. And thanks to you, to all of the work, the foundational work that you and Michelle and the rest of your team have done. It is, you offer an outline. So you just let the story flow, get the story out on paper. And then there's this beautiful outline that's been put together that lets you know what a chapter looks like, what subtitles look like, what key points can be made to drive home the message. So I got so into it. I mean, the story came out to, thanks to Izzy saying, just let it flow. It just came out. And then I went back and fine tuned it. And I loved that process as well, because I mean, I got to the point where I was starting to think about every word, and I wanted each word to reach the reader. Now that certainly doesn't have to be done, but that was just my style.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for it, because it allowed me to think about my life, think about circumstances, wonder where I might have done things differently, or where I should applaud myself. And my self-confidence, my self-esteem, I wish I had done this years ago, because I am now transparent. Everything is out there. I hid nothing. So the transparency has been transformational, that I can just live in my truth. I don't have to be anyone I'm not. And I'm so grateful for this journey. The hardest part, I think, is just starting. But once you
Yeah.
start, I think you'll be surprised. You've been through things, we all have in our life, and just reflecting on those. Something else that was suggested to me was, if writing seems hard, record it. Just
Mhm.
record it, and you could transcribe it later. And I believe there's probably an app for that. There's an app for everything.
Yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. And I love what you said, Jen, about this confidence that you have in yourself, and just like let it flow, and the confidence, because you living the truest version of yourself, it's out there. And more than anything, it's living a legacy, it's impacting, it's shining the light to other people from that's gonna be hearing from you. And we do have, good support. We have workshops, writing workshops. I'm always guiding the ladies on the next one that they need to do, and the next one. Yes, I'm very firm, like this is the deadline, this is this, and this is what it's going to take. Otherwise, this is the consequences of it, because when you're in a project, you gotta be playing together as a team. And but at the same time, there's support in guiding, like Jen said, the next thing and the next thing. Jen doesn't have to think. Like all she cares about is a story. Like Michelle, all she cares about is a story, and then the rest are being taken care of, whether it's from the editing, formatting, publishing. That's always a step-by-step guideline to it and support it. So Jen, that's why she can shine. She can stand out in various places, because she doesn't have to complicate and overburden herself on figuring things out. It's all being done for Jen.
I
And
think
one
the
of
other, well, if
Mhm.
you don't mind, is
Yes.
I think the support that you receive from the other women that are involved is just off the charts. Everyone is so encouraging. It's not
Mhm.
like a work situation where sometimes you're working with competitors. I couldn't believe
Right.
the sincerity of everyone
Mhm.
that was so willing to offer their insights, their time, or the community that's built as a result of doing this book. And then the opportunities. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I've been on podcasts and interviews and TV shows and honored.
Forbes, meeting with Forbes. Yeah, there's so many things that comes up leading to that. And Jen didn't have to worry about how he's gonna go through all that. I'm like, Jen, this is when you need to show up. This is the time. This is what's gonna happen. This is what you need to prepare. And Jen just show up. So
Yeah.
it's lasting the same with Michelle as well. This is when you need to show up. Like some of the days, Jan, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It really is a 5 a.m. clock for us. But sometimes that's what it takes, because we have women from various different countries, from various different continents, to experience that. With meeting with Forbes, my contact as senior Forbes writer was in London. One of the co-authors, Nudge, was in Singapore. So it's kind of international to experience that. So Jen, one of the things that Jen could shine and focus on telling her story, showcasing her expertise and winning clients, is because majority of the things are being taken care of, but Jen does the work. She shows up, she submits on time, she play together as a team. And what's exciting, I know you have to go in a few seconds, you also are now using that platform to attract other women, right? To your tribe, to your project with her good friend, Monica. She and Monica have known each other for so long. So, and increases the opportunity, the chance for you to make money. I mean, how exciting is that?
Absolutely unbelievable. And in a perfect world, at some point, and this sounds extraordinary, and it's certainly a result of this journey, is my goal is to be living half the time in Italy and half the time here.
Mm-hmm.
And with writing, I can be anywhere at all. And I'm thrilled about that. To your point, Monica and I have started a new book called She's a Boss. And it has been so much fun. And having gone through the journey and knowing that Izzy's the real deal, has given me the confidence to ask the president of the company I work for in the Canadian division, and extraordinary women, that if I wasn't confident that this was a great path, that I would want to take them down. I would never put the
Mm.
offer out there. But because Izzy walked me through this, I know how extraordinary this has been. I want to share that with women that I think are extraordinary as well. So
Oh, I'm getting
it's
goosebumps,
amazing.
Janice. I'm just getting
All
goosebumps when
true.
you
All
mentioned the
true.
confidence that it gave you to ask the president, or one of the top level management people in your company to take it. But Jen, thank you so much. I know you have a conference call, but thank you so much for joining us today. And I can't, Michelle and I, we can't wait for the next thing with you, working together with you and Monica and the other ladies. So thank you so much, Jen,
Amen.
for joining us.
If you need an author, I'm here.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you
No,
so much. Thank you both.
thank you so much, Monica. Have a great day. So, darlings, they have heard quite a lot of things from Janice, right, Michelle? So, Michelle, kind of like, what's the biggest impact that you've heard from Janice's story and her experience? And then we're going to share with the ladies an action plan that we have, a tangible action plan that we have come up with to help them to solidify the authority, to increase, boost their confidence, to get publicity, to get in from the right people, to get in from TV, magazines, podcasts, just like how I help you and Jen. So what's the biggest impact that Jen's story has resonated with you?
I think the idea of like going after it, like no matter what, really taking that leap of faith, not knowing of the unknown, not having all the dots planned out, but just knowing that Izdahar has achieved this point. I'm just going to trust her, and that blind trust, and just seeing how the life unfolds. And I think that's what we need to focus on, right? As women, is that who do we trust? Who is our role model? If they can do it, we have no excuse. Izdahar has been wearing a hijab her whole life. And she shared her story of what happens to wear a hijab. People in the Middle Eastern Islamic countries of faith, women don't have the same rights as other women of other nationalities. And we have no excuse. Izdahar has paved the way to hang out with Oprah and Dr. Deepak Chopra and all these amazing humans because of her faith in knowing that she can do it. And that's the same thing with Jan. She has the self-belief that she can do it. And she has no problem sharing her story over and over and over again. It's like in school, we have textbooks. They change one word, a new edition is created. One word gets changed and a new edition is created. Just like that, you change your story multiple times. You change a part of your story. You go deeper into a part of your story. It's a brand new story, right? We all have the same amount of bones. We have the same amount of muscles. We have the same amount of organs, but it's the muscle mass that makes us different.
Absolutely.
That's
It's kind of like the confidence and, when you stand in truth of your story, because that's your story, how unique, how beautiful, how amazing, how incredible you are. When you stand and look at that way, how can you not be a winner? How can you not be extraordinary, achieve incredible things? Even though at that time, it may look like the end of the world. When Michelle shared a story when she was in high school, she was bullied or she was called certain names in the book, Yes, I Can. But that kind of like triggered her or lead her to places that she didn't even imagine. And she shared that in the book, as well as when she is speaking to teenagers, even to women, because women had that experience as well. So Michelle is able to relate to that. Like, I feel like we're the underdogs, aren't we, Michelle? Like people wouldn't expect someone like us, or to any of you, people wouldn't expect you to be doing this, this, and this, and this. But suddenly you can. And there's a way to do it.
I was told, for a very long time, don't be a coach, don't be a coach, don't be a coach. And don't do it now, do it later, make the money and then invest. And I did the other way. I didn't have the money and I invested. And here I am today, being called upon and allowing myself to get my message heard. So believe in yourself. That is the best thing that we can do for ourselves. And Izzy, we have to let them know what's on the other side for them.
What's on the other side? What's a tangible action plan for you that's going to give you results? Because that's what we're here for. Just like how we did for Michelle, just like how we did for Janice, just like how we did for Sarah and Jessica. So this is the page I'm going to be sharing with everybody. So I hope you're ready for this, because it's going to blow your mind, because we've been talking about this. And Michelle and I, we really want you to at least experience the things that we have gone through and how powerful, extraordinary, and magnificent that it can be for yourself. So this is the page. If you go to izdiharjamil.com/silver, izdiharjamil.com/silver. This is what the book project is going to be about. It's going to be called The Game Changer. Why? Because what I want to extract from you is the best of your expertise, the turning point, and really nailing down your story of being the best, of being the expert that people want to go to you for, or, you know, for you to help them. What is the game changer in what to do? Like Michelle, confidence. Okay, Michelle, there's so many things about confidence that people can do, but what is the game changer? That's what people want. That's her signature piece. That's his signature word. When people come to me as a media and publicity expert, I'm definitely going to be sharing in this book, The Game Changer, on how you can become the #1 go-to expert and win clients. So we're going to have highly influential people. The only requirement that I have in this book is that you have to be at least 2+ years in your field. Or if you have to have at least 2+ years of expertise in whatever that you do, or even from your previous experiences if you have changed your niche. But what I want is at least, I don't want a newbie, because I want people who have walked the walk. Talk is cheap. I want people who have walked the walk, is going to share something so valuable, the game changer. So izdiharjamil.com/silver. And there's a short video on here that you can take a look on the impact that can have to you. So this is what's included in the package. So you will get a spot, a chapter in the book, The Game Changer, and about 2,000 to 3,000 words maximum that's in your chapter. That includes the bio. It's the sweet spot. So you want to take them in on a journey that is not too long, but not too short either. So 2,000 to 3,000 words is the sweet spot. It's kind of like a little teaser, just like what Jen said earlier. Like every word that is her chapter is intentional, because she wants to have an impact to others. So your chapter will be included in the Kindle version of the book and the paperback version of the book. And the coolest part, this is something that Michelle mentioned earlier. You're going to get your own version of the book with your name on the front cover. So Women Who Lead, if you see Women Who Lead volume 1 that Michelle has, it has my name, it has Michelle's name on it. So your name on the front cover, and your chapter reformatted to chapter #1, followed by the rest of the authors. Why? Because this is what counts. Name on the front cover seals the deal every time. There are other multiple people offering similar book projects, but they don't do to the extent that we do, because we understand branding and strategy. And then once that is done, we take it to the bestseller so that you can be a best-selling author and have that next level credibility. And once that's done, congratulations, darling, you're a best-selling author. We will reformat the book so that you can have your own version, chapter #1, and hook you up with a publisher that can print your book on demand. And whatever sales and profit you make for your book, it's yours to keep. And like I said, the first thing that's going to happen when you click on that red button and say yes and make the commitment and the investment for it, you're going to have a call with Michelle. It's going to help to nail down your story. And then we have a writing formula to help you, just like Jen said, structure your story with ease. So you don't have to think how you're going to start. You start here, 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 here. We've already done the work for you. And then you can just cough it up like Jen, like everything just coughed up when she let it flow. We're going to be having a launch party, obviously, a red carpet virtual launch party. I'm going to be interviewing you on my podcast and TV show, and my TV show is aired on 30 countries and will be on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Roku alone has 50 million views, 50 million views in one day. And your brand awareness increases by 30% once you get on the platform. So that's massive publicity for you. Done for you publishing service, just like Jen said earlier, she just has to write her book. The rest are being taken care of. So we'll take care of everything for you. There's a few other goodies. Have few trainings, masterclass, how to win clients, how to make 20K. Some of these bonuses here are when you paid in full, but regardless, you have a call with Michelle and then you have a group session on the workshop. You'll also be inducted to the Hall of Fame on the motivation and success. This is something that I have secured. And not only that, you'll be interviewed on Shot Callers TV, magazine, and podcast. And then the other part is featured on Fox, NBC, CBS, and hundreds of other media as a press release and media feature for you. And something that we're working on as well. So fingers crossed, everybody, a gala night and a summit coming together where we can celebrate and highlight you as the expert in your field. So that is basically the bits and pieces. Again, go to isdiharjamil.com/silver. Click on the red button, go down to the bottom of the page and click on the red button. And chapter is due on 30th of June, so you still have time to craft your story and meet with Michelle and join the workshop group. Publishing is on the August and September 2022. You can add ebook or hardcover if you want to. There's additional investment to it. So this is some of the tangible results that our client have received from joining our project. Clients, speaking, more income, media. So these are not a wishy-washy, but tangible and things that are included in the package here. I've summarized it nicely for you so you can see it very, very clearly. Now, in terms of the investment, this is always something going to be like, but I'm going to say ding, 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 for the investment. If you go all the way down here, I want everybody to go and click on that red button right now to secure your spot. There's only 15 spots. We've sold quite a few of them. So make sure you hit the red button right now to secure your spot on being the game changer, being solidify your authority, being a best-selling author, get you into the media, TV, magazines, speaking, and so many other wonderful, exciting things. So the investment itself is $5K. When you pay in full, there's a $2,000 scholarship that my company is going to be sponsoring you. So it brings it down to $3K when you pay in full. But when you pay, and you can also pay in an installment, just click on that blue button. So it's 5 times 1,000. That's going to be charged to you every month. However, you may not be receiving the bonuses when you pay in installment. Those that pay in full, I want to reward leaders and action takers who are just going to say yes right now and move forward with it. And even if you pay an installment, you still get incredible benefits from here, and you still get a call with Michelle, you still get the writing formula, you still get a workshop, you still get to be interviewed on my TV show and podcast. So that's the whole deal. Everybody click on that red button right now to say yes to your future. Michelle's book is about the world of yes. So you would see the cover when you say yes, it's kind of an explosion of colors happening and trickling effect. It starts from saying yes right now. So Michelle, what's a couple of things that you can add to our incredible action plan today?
One thing is figure out ways to own your story. Be comfortable with your story and see how your story can inspire millions. We've all been in some kind of a mess. Over time, it becomes a message. As time gets on, the message gets deeper and the more we need to hear about it. So don't be shy. Don't be scared. click on that red button and let's have a call together.
That would be fantastic. And Michelle, one of the biggest questions that we usually have is about the investment. So can you share, like from your experience, that how the return on investment have come back to you, not just break even, but multiple times over, whether it's in opportunities or media or getting clients?
Yeah, sometimes we think that our return on investment equals money to money, but our return on investment is much more. As you become an expert, your credibility increases. You get rid of the imposter syndrome. Your confidence increases. Your ability to show up with yourself. You start loving yourself at a deeper level, because if you don't love yourself whole and complete, that's going to radiate. And so by writing your story, you become one. Your heart, mind, body, soul all come together and form one being, and that is you. What happens is that we have a mind story, we have a heart story, and our body tells us something different. And so sometimes we're caught up, we're lost. By sharing your story, you become one. The more one you become, more opportunities open. I have zero regrets in the investment I've made. I've made over $100,000 in my personal development in the last 3 years. I have zero regrets. I have zero, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. No, because the opportunities have been endless. And the opportunities to network, the trust factor. I've had people come knocking on my door versus me knocking on theirs. It's a whole different ballgame. I am not a salesperson. I am an opportunity welcomer. That's the difference.
Absolutely. And now that Michelle can tell you herself that she made those investment, and then someone, she got clients from it that paid her X amount of money that she shared earlier. So it always comes back, because a book is a tangible thing. You can hold it, you can see it. And many of the, like Jen earlier, like got clients from the book project. Jessica made 20K multiple times over from a book project. So it's a tangible thing, something legitimate. When you sign up for coaching, they say that you have a particular result, but this one is a tangible result. You can hold it. You get in front of TV or magazines. You like, it's tangible things. That's one of the biggest feedback that I received from Natalie Paris, who's the cinematographer at my TED Talk, and she's also the co-author of Women Who Lead, Tangible Result. Is to her, you give women tangible results, something you can hold it in. So everybody go to izdiharjamil.com/silver and click on that red button today. Your opportunity awaits you. Michelle and I, we've done all the work. We've prepared the team, we've prepared the platform, we've prepared the opportunities, we've prepared the media, the publicity, the coverage for you, the speaking engagement, all the things that you said you want. The question is, are you going to say yes? And we hope that you do. We hope that you say yes, because we're going to go all the way to the top. Like Michelle and I, we don't play small. We're like, we go all the way, Michelle, with James Heaven and nonprofits coming together to combat mental health throughout the world, and myself in a book project with Oprah, TED speaker, Forbes, and collaborations with high-profile publishers. It is absolutely incredible. And one of my dreams is to be a New York Times bestselling author. And you can bet, to have that dream, it starts from doing these little steps. It starts from doing this little step that you're taking right now, that I'm taking right now. So it's izdiharjamil.com/silver. One final word from you, Michelle, before we wrap up.
Go after it. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, because your world is your oyster. You design it. You design the pearl that you want to create out of it.
Beautiful. And if you're feeling that desire, right, that burning desire, that feeling, even though your mind says, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, but everything in you telling you the opposite, that means you're ready. That means you've got to click on the red button, not for us, because we're already like multiple best-selling author, but it is for you. The reason we created this opportunity and platform is because we listen to what you want. We We want to make it easy. We want to make it as simple as possible. We want you to stand out. Like we have grown so much. When Michelle did Yes, I Can, I didn't have this many expansion opportunities, but definitely I'm like, Michelle, you're going to be a best-selling author. That's my commitment to you. That's my guarantee to you. And then from there, it's like expand. And now it's like we're at a position where I can put everything together so that you can stand out and focus on your zone of genius. And Michelle and I will take care of the rest. So Michelle, myself, and the rest of our team members will take care of the rest. So izdiharjamil.com/silver. Click on that red button and we'll take you all the way to the top. So Michelle, so let's thank everybody for joining us today. We hope it's been of value to you. And let's say goodbye. And we hope that they come and join us rather than, like sometimes you're watching, right, Michelle? You're just watching and watching and watching. What do you call it? Fans, right? You become the fans. But when you want to cause a result, you got to be a player. You got to be in the court. If you're playing tennis, you got to be in the court, have the racket, have the ball, and start hitting the ball. At least try to hit the ball. I couldn't play tennis for all I care because the ball just flies away from me. But I'm in the court playing, showing up, clicking on that red button on izdiharjamil.com/silver. So Michelle, let's wrap it up. Let's say thank you to everybody and we'll see them really soon.
Thank you so much, and click that red button. Thank you.
Bye.